asking you a question. Is there anything you want to do anymore? That's it. I have no structure to this at all. Hi, I'm Pansky. Welcome back to another episode as usual. So, I thought of this question a bit ago. I was in the shower, one of the shower thoughts. I was like, there's nothing you want to do anymore, it feels like. For me, and for a lot of people. I'm not trying to be a downer, as a lot of people are. There are a lot of downers in this world. But I'm gonna try to give it a little bit of a fun twist on it. There's nothing I want to do. Like, I go to work, I do what I have to do, I go home, listen to music, make some songs if I'm bored enough, and talk to some people, and have fun on games. Quite boring, quite simple, it gets my life going, it's more fun than doing nothing. But honestly, from like a childhood to now, it's like we've lost things. We have more options, honestly. You go to Netflix, you go to any streaming service, you see there's 400 things, hundreds of things you could watch and do, but we all say the exact same thing, always and every single time. There's nothing to watch. There's nothing to do. There's a lot of things you can do, but nowadays we get so many choices, and yet we still all do the same thing. There's nothing to do. And I don't know what comedian or what person said this, and someone could quote me about this. It's like with women, when you guys have a lot of clothes and stuff, and you go, hey, there's nothing to wear. It's the same thing with movies. We have all these options we've already seen. We've seen all these things done, the same things over and over. So now there's nothing to do. You've already worn that before. You've already watched that type of stuff. We just get that same thing happen over and over. And when we try to do something new, we try something, let's say, watch a new movie, it gets boring. A lot of things are boring now because it's happened over and over. It's like with Marvel, when they try to make everything the multiverse. It was a cheap way, it was good at the beginning, honestly. We were all like, wow, that's new and a new idea. We all never seen that before. That's cool. But now everything gets overplayed all the time. You see the same thing over and over. I think that's what we're getting sick of. We're getting sick of seeing things over and over. Just like you and me, we want to see something different. We want to do something different now, but we can't. An example with me is food. I would love to try tons of food, but I've tried it all before. I've had different things and different culture stuff I've tried, but they're just not something I have a unique taste. I want something different. We want something different. Is that just me? We want something really different, something changing. But a lot of things are find something new is really hard. Have you seen a movie recently that didn't copy or take inspiration for something else? A lot of people argue, well, you can't really make something new of something anymore because it's already been done pretty much by everyone, by someone or everyone. It's already been done before. I mean, yes, but also no. There's a lot of things, like there's infinite ideas that get to play parts of other things that have already been done. A good example, I would say, is like the show Squid Games. I haven't seen it, but it was a different concept. There was other shows like that where it's elimination, or like a thing and you get a countdown, but it was like a new sensation to everyone because it was new. We haven't seen something as unique or well portrayed as that. We had things and trends that happen because no one's done it before, and it's cool. We like to see it, but trends die out within like a month, it feels like. Think about back in the day, as anyone here in their mid-20s and 30s, and you think about something as a kid, a trend or something you did that was fun, that stuff lasted for days and years sometimes. Well, between your friends, it lasted for days. I'm talking about like fun stuff, unique jokes, and they last for a while, it never gets old. But nowadays, things just feel like they're getting so old and overplayed all the time. When learning something new as a kid, it was amazing. Like going through like kindergarten to 5th grade, that felt important, more important than all of middle school and high school combined. And yes, that could just be me. I'm not speaking at everyone here, but there were things that are just new. You learn new stuff, things you never heard about or even said, and new friends. You learn about yourself, and you got that, wow, this is amazing. And after 5th grade, you go to 6th, and then you learn kind of new things to portray on stuff you've already even known, like multiplication, history, all these things you knew. And that's why I would say most times people enjoy history more than anything else because you're learning something new. You're learning something that's completely new. You couldn't know about history, but with math, it's steps. You know it. Once you know it and get it down, you just following steps and remembering stuff. History, you learn completely new. Everything's changing. You haven't known about this one part of history. It's amazing. Well, that could just be me. But with all these things, I'm talking about, I know I just give the example of school. You know it, you learn it, it's simple, but it keeps getting repeated. The same thing over and over. Nothing feels new. Nothing feels like it's worthwhile as much anymore. I like, let's just say for me, I like juice. I like different types of juice. I like cranberry. I like strawberry. I like peach. I like orange juice. So many things I like. And I like to try new things and new fruits and all that stuff. But at a point, it's just after you tried so many, they start to become this like similar to one another in any way. And I feel like that's with a lot of stuff. You try so many, you do so many, but then at a point, after you do so much and so many things at once, they start becoming one big, wow, it's sweet. Wow, this is kind of like orange juice. Wow, it's very bitter. Has those, you see those key things in everything now. And yes, for a lot of us, it's exciting. But for me, and I hope I can at least relate to some people here, it just feels bland now. Everything feels the same. Well, that show's just like that one, but I guess they did this different. Well, that actor did this while he's doing a different role. It's just, you see the same thing over and over. And I know I'm repeating the same thing over and over with what I'm talking about right now. And I get it. I understand it. And what I'm talking about right now is understandably like what people get with watching YouTube videos, including mine. We go through the same thing over and over. Talking about it, if like, I don't really have anything useful to really give to you besides ranting. I want those YouTubers right now that you listen to, I'm just in the background. I just like being in the background. I don't want to be the main. I don't have a game I want to play. I don't really have anything I want to show. And I really want to do more things. It's just, I can't. Because you want to be unique. We all want to be unique in some sort of way. But you really can't nowadays because everyone's done it. Oh, I want to play a game in the background. YouTubers did that back in like 2010. They've been doing that since then, of playing games in the background and talking. Okay, let me do a picture of me or like a live. I don't like showing my face. Okay, let's try something else. PNG tuber, a lot of those. VTuber, I don't want to be those. I don't want to be any of those things, but I kind of have to. Losing a lot of options myself. I'm losing a lot of options. And I'm not saying life is boring. No. What I'm saying is life is becoming a little less more predictable now. And for a lot of people who are older, in their mid-20s and 30s and above actually, you will see that with younger generations, watching the news. Things to us are not surprising anymore. When we hear about a car crash and a family of 5 is killed and stuff, for me, it's not surprising anymore because it happens so much. We know the news covers things that are sad or makes you angry because it makes you sit there longer. That's kind of it. You haven't seen good news in a while because it's just all sad all the time. So when we see things like more tragedy for other people, it's a little less than just a, it happens. We know this is gonna happen. When we see corruption or anything in the government or war, we don't care anymore at this point because it happens so much that it's become numb to us. I think that's a lot of us here. We see it so much, it's like, oh my God. Like when the same coworker or same friend or someone toxic does the same thing over and over, it becomes less of annoying, more or less like, well, that's happening. You just don't care anymore because it happens so much. And that's where we're at right now at this point. Happens so much, we don't care anymore. We want something new. And that's not possible. Doesn't mean life is losing its total meaning. This just sounds depressing at this point. It's like, there's nothing after this. There's nothing to look forward to in the world. I'm not that emo, but my lord, it just feels like I'm just ranting about that. And I hope in some points you can agree, but not, and leave a comment down and disagree with me. Please, I want you guys to disagree. Talk about things good in this world. Talk about things that actually matter to you, that no matter what and how many times will make you feel better. Infinitely. Never ever gets old. And there's a lot of things in that world never get old. I like movies and music. They never get old because they could change. Yes, they get similar, but they never get old. You find something new. You find a good song out of nowhere that's better than the other. Whoa, sorry, I had a hiccup and a burp at the same time. Whoa, almost died there. But you know what I mean. Music is fun, and there's always something better. You find a better artist than you already been listening to. That's one thing. I want to leave this on a positive note because I've just been talking about the bad stuff. But I'm gonna probably end this right now. We all have things that make us happy. We all have things that disappoint us. But it doesn't mean life is that dull. We still got things to look forward to, and I hope you agree. But I end this episode now. Hope you have a great day, and toodaloo.